Greetings everyone, this is Gulab here, and today I'm going to be talking about the structure of the universe or the structure of the creation and the differences between Vaishnavism and Shaivism in the perspective of the creation and the structure of it. So it's very interesting to me to see that there's a different conclusion about what is the highest eternal planetary systems according to these two traditions. Vaishnavism has a different accusation than Vaishnavism. Did I say Shaivism? Anyway, yes, those two. Those two are opposed to the concluding thoughts about what are the topmost planets, what are the eternal spiritual sky, what is beyond the material atmosphere, and what are the spiritual planets. And so there's a different verdict for each. And so the question becomes that there can really only be one truth. And so if you have all these different conclusions, then one might wonder, what is the truth? Because there could only really be one truth. So that means someone is wrong, someone's wrong, and someone's right, and which one's right and which one's wrong. I find this kind of interesting because if you think just about anything in life, there's only like one truth about it. Like, what makes a car run, and it has to have the different factors, and that's the truth of it, and there can't be any false explanations. The false explanations are not going to, make the car run. Or how to construct a building has to be done right and properly, or it can't be constructed. There's only one truth to how it is, laid out in the mechanisms of construction. So it's just like in anything in life, how, like biology, how does the human body work? There's only one truth on how it works. That you could have all these people come up and concoct ideas of what they think how the body works, but there's really only one truth of how it works. So in the same sense, there really can be only one truth of the creation of this planet and of planetary systems and of the universe and the entire cosmic creation. So since there's so many different religions in the world and they all have different accusations, that means some of these are untruthful and are lying and not portraying what is the truth. And do we have any proofs to what the truth is? So these are questions. Now, I grew up in Vaishnavism, and I have concluded from learning about Shaivism that Vaishnavism is false, and so I don't go by it anymore, and I'm pretty much a Lord Shiva devotee. But why I've chosen this path is because to me it makes more sense. Do I have concrete proof of everything? Not necessarily, but it just makes more sense to me than the other path. So anyways, what is the major difference here is that in the Shiva philosophy, Shaivism philosophy, the highest ultimate planets that are spiritual is Shiva Loka. All right. And that's also Ishvara Loka. But in Vaishnavism, the highest spiritual planets are called Vaikuntha Loka, and the highest planet in Vaikuntha Loka is Goloka Vrindavan, the planet of Lord Krishna. So that's an opposing viewpoint. And according to Vaishnavism, Shiva Loka is still in the material world. It's below the Vaikunthas. Whereas in Shaivism, Shiva Loka is above Vaikuntha Loka, and Vaikuntha Loka and Goloka Vrindavan are within the material world. So they're opposite. Anyways, I have some things I want to share now, some more details. So here we go. This is from the Shaivism perspective, talking about kind of like the structure of the universe. This one's talking about the Kala Chakra, which is a boundary line, basically time. Time is binding everyone to birth, death, old age, and disease. And above this is spiritual planets where everything's eternal. There is no time. So we know that in the structure of the universe, there are 7 worlds below us, then our Bhuloka, then 6 worlds above us up to Brahma's Satyaloka, then above that Vishnu Loka, then Rudra Loka, then Maheshwara Loka, then Kala Chakra, and above Kala Chakra, Ishwara Loka or Shiva Loka. So even though we use the terms Rudra, Maheshwar, and Shiva as synonyms, they are not the same. Rudra is that aspect of Shiva who is responsible for the elimination of the universe. Maheshwar shrinks the eliminated universe into a microform and takes care of it until the time of the next creation. Ishwar or Shiva is the ultimate supreme reality, Parabrahman, Paramatma. The rest are all small parts of him. Kala Chakra is the border between the world that is influenced by Maya and the world beyond. Up to Maheshwar Loka, Maya is there. Once you go to the other side of Kala Chakra, there is no Maya. All right. Kala Chakra is very, very important. It is the boundary between the transient world and the eternal world. It is the boundary between the destructible world and the non-destructible world. It is the border between the finite world and the infinite world. It is on this Kala Chakra that Yama sits on his buffalo. Yama has no access to the world above Kala Chakra. They're talking about Yamaraj, who's the Lord of Death. Basically, he's the one in charge of taking those who have done very bad, sinful things down to the lower worlds where they can get the appropriate punishments. So, how to attain Ishwar Loka, we have seen by doing Nishkam Puja of Shiva Linga. Sakam Puja of Shiva Linga will give you pleasures and comforts in all the worlds below Kala Chakra. Sakam Puja will give you health, wealth, power, position, enjoyments, knowledge, higher worlds like Swarga, Satyaloka, but still you will keep on taking birth and dying. Some of the higher worlds, once you attain them, you can be there till the end of the Kalpa. But at the time of Kalpanta Pralaya, you will die and take birth again in the next Kalpa. The only way to get out of all these is Nishkam Puja of Shiva Linga. In my opinion of Shiva Bhakti, basically it's Bhakti Yoga to Lord Shiva. To get out of the material world, it's establishing devotion to Lord Shiva through chanting his holy names like Namah Shivaya. By doing that, you can reach Ishwar Loka or Shiva Loka, where there is no death, there is no time. The worlds below Kala Chakra are for the mortals. Ishwar Loka is for the immortals. Ishwar Loka is also called Jana Loka. The world below Kala Chakra is called Karma Loka. As you enter Ishwar Loka, you can see a white bull. The 4 legs of that bull are honesty, purity, nonviolence, and kindness. Its horns are tolerance. Its ears are self-control. From its mouth comes the sound of the Veda. This bull is Dharma embodied. Its ears are piety, belief in God. Its mind and intelligence are faith. The beginningless, endless Lord Shiva is sitting on top of this bull. In this world, there is no day, there is no night. If this is the ultimate goal, then why should you do the routine pujas and vratas? Only by doing routine pujas and vratas, observing Dharma, you develop interest in Shiva. It's a step-by-step progress. If you are a devotee of Shiva, if Shiva is allowing you to worship him, that means you have already progressed in the spiritual path. If his eyes are on you, it is also certain that you will reach Ishwarloka someday or the other. So basically being a devotee of Lord Shiva, chanting his holy names, Namah Shivaya, actually cleanses your heart, and therefore you'll be able to develop your eternal original love for Lord Shiva. Now moving on to the next piece of information. So this one here is how to go beyond the reach of Yamaraj. So in the previous episode, we saw about Pataloka, then the 7 worlds starting from our Bhuloka and going up to Brahma's Satyaloka, above that Vishnu Loka, above that Rudra Loka, above that Maheshwar Loka, above that Kala Chakra, and above that Ishwar Loka. Kala Chakra is clearly demarcated wall border between the world of karma and the world of jnana. Karma exists only below Kala Chakra. Jnana is above Kala Chakra. Death exists only up to this level. Shiva Purana says Yamaraj is at the level of Kala Chakra. That is why Yama is also called Kala. What causes death? Time. Kala. If there is no time, there is no birth or death. Influence of time there is only below Kala Chakra. Yama operates only below Kala Chakra. Yamaraj doesn't have to bother about those who cross over Kala Chakra and go to Ishwar Loka. Yama doesn't have to go to Ishwar Loka to take lives. There is no death in Ishwar Loka. But what is the seat of Yama? Buffalo. The 4 legs of that buffalo are dishonesty, impurity, violence, and cruelty. Death is there only for those who practice these. Yama or Kala or time is there only for those who practice these. Those who shun dishonesty, violence, and cruelty and make themselves pure, they go beyond the reach of Yama. They go into the timeless world. Universes will come and go. Every kalpa, a new universe will come. Then after 4.32 billion years, it will dissolve. This will keep on happening. But for those who have gone into Ishwar Loka, they are not affected by this. They are not pulled into this. So what is that makes someone stay below the Kala Chakra and takes birth again and again? What is that someone has to do to go beyond the Kala Chakra to get into the timeless space? The answer is simple. Anything done with a desire to achieve something will make you roam around in the worlds below Kala Chakra. This is Sakam Karma. This includes worship and sadhana. Through Sakam Karma, you can achieve Vaikuntha, Kailas, but even in that, a desire is there. An objective is there. If you want to go beyond Kala Chakra and enter the timeless world of Ishwara, there is only one way. Worship Shivalinga with no desire in mind, with a Nishkama Bhava. So, if you want to go beyond the world of birth and death, you just need to cultivate Bhakti Yoga, which is love and devotion to Lord Shiva. And by doing that, you can chant the holy names Namah Shivaya. And this will cleanse your heart from all dirty things, and you will go back home, back to Shiva Loka. All right, next piece of information, and then we're going to get on to some Vaishnava stuff. So this one is, where is Shiva Loka? All right. So the specific procedure called Purashkaran which is followed to obtain siddhi in Shiva. Panchakshar mantra, we saw the number of chantings required for obtaining siddhi is 5 lakhs. What is the benefit if you chant more? Another 5 lakhs, you get Samipya Mukti of Brahma. You will be always near Brahmadev. Another 5 lakhs more, you get Sarupya Mukti of Brahma. Sarupya means you start looking like Brahma. There's another way to look at this. In the first 5 lakhs, you get siddhi in the mantra, and the next 5 lakhs, all your remaining sins will be burned away. Pura Sharana itself will burn away your sins. Any sins that remain will also be burned away if you chant 5 lakhs more. That means you will be completely free of sins, clean, absolutely pure. You know that there are 14 worlds. These 7 worlds below us, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. Patal being the lowermost. The 7 worlds above, starting with ours, Bhuloka, Bhuva, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satyam. Satyaloka is the abode of Brahma. With the first 10 lakhs, you attain siddhi and clear all your sins. After that, you keep on chanting. For every 5 lakhs, you get access to each of these worlds, starting from the lowermost, Patal. 14 multiplied by 5 lakhs, 90 lakhs, 10 lakhs plus 90 lakhs, 1 crore. If you chant Panchakshara mantra 1 crore times, you get access up to Satyaloka. This is called Salokya Mukti of Brahma. Another 5 lakhs, you get Samipya Mukti of Brahma. You always be near Brahmadev. Another 5 lakhs more, you get Sarupya Mukha Brahma. Like that, Sharshti and Sayujya also of Brahma. What if the Sadhaka dies in between? In the next birth, he can start from where he left. You never lose your spiritual bank account. Anything you've done spiritually in this life carries through with you to your next life. So there are still worlds above Satyaloka. Above Satyaloka, there are 14 worlds of Vishnu. The highest among these is Kshamaloka. Vaikuntha is in Kshamaloka. It is from Vaikuntha that Lord Vishnu, along with Lakshmi Devi, runs the world, manages the world. So this is an important point because this is different from Vaishnavism, where in Vaishnavism, after Satyaloka, this Vishnu Loka or Vaikunthas, that's starting the spiritual world, according to Vaishnavism. But in Shaivism, this isn't yet. So then above this, there are 28 worlds of Rudra. See, and they don't talk about this. They don't talk about this in Vaishnavism. Where are these 28 worlds? This is not any description within the Srimad Bhagavatam's description of the structure of the universe. This doesn't exist in Vaishnavism. So the highest among these is Suchiloka. This is not talked about. Kailas is in Suchiloka. It is sitting in Kailas that Rudra withdraws the universe. What does he do with the withdrawn world? It is shrunk to the size of an atom, and it is kept in the 56 worlds which are above Suchiloka. So you're telling me now there are 56 worlds even above those 28 worlds? This is not discussed in Vaishnavism. The highest, the 56th, is Ahimsaloka. This is the world of Maheshwar. He is the Lord of Tirobhava, who is in charge of the atom-sized shrunken universe. His abode is Jana Kailas, which is in Ahimsaloka. Above Ahimsaloka is the Kala Chakra, the time wheel. Time exists only up to this level. Above that is the world of Ishvar. Rudra Loka, Maheshwar Loka, and above that is Ishvar Loka. In that world, time is not there. So with 1 crore japa of Panchakshar mantra, you reach up to Brahma's Satyaloka. Even above that, 14 plus 28 plus 56 worlds are there. How do you attain these worlds? Let's see what it says. Let's see what their conclusion is. After Brahma Sayujya is obtained, you remain with Braha till the end of the Kalpa. In the next Kalpa, you will be born as Brahma's Manasaputra, a rishi. Then you do tapas and attain the higher worlds, the worlds above Satya Yoga. Well, that's one way. That's a hard and difficult way to attain Shiva Loka, Ishvar Loka. But an easier way to attain Ishvar Loka is to chant Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. The more you chant, the more you purify yourself, you will be eligible to enter into Ishvar Loka. So you can bypass this hardcore yoga stuff that they talk about in this information, and you can just chant Namah Shivaya and achieve all results. Okay, now I want to give you a Vaishnava perspective to show you how different it is, okay? So in Vaishnavism it says, there is also a planet called Shiva Loka or Sada Shiva Loka, which is situated in a marginal position between the spiritual and material worlds. If after being situated in Brahma Loka, one becomes more qualified, he is promoted to Sada Shiva Loka. So it is clearly stating here that it's still within the material world, that it's a marginal position. It's not in the spiritual world. Again, that is contradictory to what it says in Shaivism. Here's another statement. Beyond that planetary system, Shiva Loka, is the spiritual world where there are planets called Vaikuntha Lokas. Goloka Vrindavan is situated above all the Vaikuntha Lokas. Again, it's putting the superiority of the Vaikuntha Lokas over Shiva Loka and Goloka Vrindavan above that. This is opposite of Shaivism. So basically, in Vaishnavism, the spiritual world begins with the Vaikuntha Lokas and not Shiva Loka. So, all right, one more thing here is the Vaikuntha planets means the spiritual planets are called Vaikuntha planets. The material planets, they are not Vaikuntha, they are Kunta. Here in these planets, anyone living, he is always full of anxiety, Kunta. In the Vaikuntha planets, there is no such thing as anxiety. That is the difference between the spiritual and material planets. Vaikuntha planets means without any anxiety. Here, everyone is full of anxiety, whatever he may be. So that's the Vaishnavism perspective. Now, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go and see what does the Shiva Purana say about the structure of the universe. Here it is. This is about the worlds, Loka, and planets, Graha. And this, Sanat Kumar said, the extent to which the rays of the sun and the moon shine and illuminate is the size of the earth. It is called Bhuloka. The sun's sphere is situated 100,000 yojanas from the earth. 1 yojana is approximately 8 miles, so you can calculate. The moon is situated thousands of yojanas from this earth and 100,000 yojanas from the sun. The spheres of the planets are entirely situated above the moon along with the stars, about 10,000 yojanas, one above the other. Buddha, Mercury, above that is Kavya, Venus, above that is the sphere of Boma, Mars, Brihaspati, Jupiter is above that, and Shanaiskar, Saturn is above that. The sphere of the 7 sages, the Ursha Major, is situated 100,000 yojanas above it. The pole star, Dhruva, is situated 100,000 yojanas above the sages. The pole star is the prop of the circle of luminary bodies. The Bhuvarloka and Svarloka are above the earth, but beneath the pole star. A crore yojanas above the pole star is Maharloka, where the 7 sons of Brahma are stationed. They live even during the time of Kalpa. The 7 sons are Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatan, Kapila, Asuri, Vodhu, and Panchashika. Above that is stationed Shukra, Venus, at a distance of 200,000 yojanas. 200,000 yojanas below it is stationed Buddha, Mercury, the son of the moon. O sage, Boma, Mars, is stationed 200,000 yojanas above it. Brihaspati, Jupiter, is stationed 200,000 yojanas above it. 200,000 yojanas above Jupiter, Saturn is stationed. These are the 7 planets that stay in their respective zodiacs. The 7 sages, Ursa Major, are stationed 1,100,000 yojanas above the planet Saturn. The Dhruva star is said to be stationed 1,400,000 yojanas above the great star. 6,300,000 yojanas from Janaloka is stationed the Tapaloka, where the gods called Vairajas stay. They are free from burning sensation. 84,000 yojanas from Tapaloka is stationed Satyaloka. It is known as Brahmaloka, where the pure-minded, perfectly wise brahmacharins engaged in truthful virtue stay. Men who go there from the earth also stay there. In the Bhuvarloka, the sages of great cities stay in the form of gods. In the Svargaloka, the gods, the Adityas, the Maruts, the Vasus, the twin Ashvins, Vishvedevas, Rudras, Sadyas, Nagas, Khyagas, etc. stay. Above that, there are 9 planets, and above them are the 7 sages free from sins. O sage, thus the 7 worlds have been mentioned to you. The Patals, too, are also 7. Thus the universe has been explained to you. As the wood apple is both above and below the earth, so the universe is enveloped by the cauldron of the cosmic egg. It is surrounded by water 10 times as large all around the fire, wind, ether, and darkness. It is encompassed by the elements and the principle of Mahat, 8 times as large. There, surrounded by the Mahat and Pradhan, is stationed the Purusha. The Supreme Soul is infinite. He is therefore called eternal, since he has no limitation. This eternal is the cause of all. O sage, it is the great Prakriti. From that infinite and unmanifest origin, thousands and hundreds of thousands of cosmic eggs are born. Those are the universes. The self-known great soul contains everything, just as wood contains latent fire, the gingerly seed, the latent oil, and the milk and the latent ghee. From this primordial seed emerge all those beginning with Mahat and ending with Vishesha. Then the gods and others are born. Then are born birds, their progenies, and the seeds of others. When the trees come out of the seeds, it does not suffer any depreciation or diminution, just as fire appears from the solar stone coming in contact of the sun, so also the creation takes place. Shiva has no desire for it. As a result of contact of Shiva with Shakti, the gods and others are born naturally. They spring up through their own action. Shiva manifests himself as Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. Everything springs up from him and finally merges in him. Shiva is sung as the performer of all activities. And of course, this is very different from Vaishnavism, where basically the source of everything is Lord Vishnu or even Lord Krishna, and that Shiva is a creation of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Whereas here in Shaivism, Lord Shiva is the one who creates Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. Vyas said, "O sage Sanat Kumara, O omniscient, please clear my doubts. Are there worlds above this universe?" Sanat Kumar said, "O great sage, there are worlds above the universe. Please listen, I shall explain them clearly but briefly. The world Vaikuntha is beyond the world of Brahma. It is here that Vishnu is stationed, and it shines with great brilliance. Above it is the extremely wonderful world Kumar. The general Kartikeya, the brilliant son of Shiva, shines here. Beyond that shines the excessively divine world of Uma, where Shakti Shiva, the mother of the three deities, shines. She is the Prakriti, greater than the greatest, with the attributes of Rajas, Sattva, and Tamas. But the goddess Shiva herself is devoid of attributes, free from aberrations. The eternal Shiva Loka is above that. Here Lord Shiva, the great Brahman, shines. He is indestructible, excessively divine, and endowed with great brilliance. He is the Lord of all, greater than the three attributes. He is the progenitor of the three deities. There are no worlds above it. Goloka is near it. Mother cows named Sushila are there. They are favorites of Shiva. The protector of that world is Krishna. He is established there at the behest of Shiva by Shiva himself, who moves about as he pleases due to his power. Well, that's very interesting, and I didn't know it said that. So Goloka is near it. It's near it. And the protector of Lord Shiva's abode is Krishna. O Vyas, Shiva's region is wonderful and beautiful. It has no support. It shines with different objects. It cannot be specifically described. The presiding deity of that region is Shiva. He is the crest jewel of all the gods. He is worthy of being served by Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. He is the unsullied great soul. Oh dear, thus the situation of the entire universe is narrated to you. What more do you wish to hear about the position of the worlds? That is so beautiful. And because I loved that so much, I think I might do a continuation of this talk from the Shiva Purna. Yes, I think I'll start a series of talks from the Shiva Purna about the universe, the creation, and things related to this. All right, so thanks for listening, everyone. And you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Namah Shivaya.